Damn. I'm a weirdo. Cause my ass is fat, that's why I'm special? Yeah, literally. He said he retired and came back for a couple of days to train Joe. Train Joe on what? Where's on the internet? Russian internet.
In 2010,
Yeah, that's how I found out about Juice WRLD. Bro, shut up.
posts would begin circulating on Russian language image boards revolving around a strange entity spotted outside a Russian housing complex.
Feeling like the man of the
This
year.
creature, slightly larger than a human, was supposedly climbing down an
Hold on. Let me turn this bit down a little bit.
apartment building much like a spider would, sticking to the walls with its long black limbs. Once it reaches the ground, its limbs shrink and the creature more resembles a tall, skinny human. All of these posts mention that this information was gathered from a video file called Station 922.
Read up for me. I don't speak Russian. It's fire, not gonna lie. Really, Meef?
AV. But none of them would actually link to the file itself. The most we get from any...
Bro, you ever really be thinking about like, what if like, aren't you bilingual? I don't speak Russian though. I'm not fucking Hopper. What?
These posts are merely just screenshots from the clip. Supposedly, the Station 922
like, what if,
MTV
like,
file
low-key,
contains some sort of malware that destroys the operating system
not
the
be scary
computer
as
is
fuck?
played on. This story
Like,
would be passed around over the next couple of years, with new information occasionally being added to it. The clip was supposedly filmed in a suburb of Moscow, but nobody could find any evidence of this video actually existing. That is until 2013, when a user known as Fontail on YouTube would post the full video to his channel.
Wait, where is it? Oh. Y'all see this at night. What y'all doing, bro? What's your course of action? What are y'all doing? Goon. Okay. Mind my business not sleeping. I'm popping 3 melatonins, bro. Really, Meef? Feeling like the man of the year.
In this clip, we can indeed see some spider-like being climbing down an apartment building. Since the video appears to have been filmed at night on a smartphone, everything is pretty dark and you can't see very much. We only really catch a couple glimpses of the creature.
My fault, last pause. Meven, you're not touching this motherfucker with a hunting knife. Meven, you're not Chuck Norris. Gang, you play Roblox drill missions. You're not like that, gang.
One thing I noticed right away is that the screenshots from the original Station 922 posts that were floating around a couple years prior don't actually show up in the video. In fact, the setting appears to be completely different.
Hell yeah.
While the buildings look pretty similar, the screenshots are much brighter than the video we just watched. There's also a ton of grain in the screenshots, and the white balance seems to be giving the picture a yellowish tint, whereas the video doesn't have any grain and
so if
has
that
a more
motherfucker just look at you,
tint.
what are y'all doing, bro?
These screenshots do not come from this video. Upon checking the description, we can see a few links. One of them leading to the uploader's VK profile, a popular Russian social media site similar to Facebook, and also an article seemingly written on a site ran by the uploader. This article tells a story much like all the image board posts discussing Station 922. The difference here being that the write-up ends with the uploader telling us that he accidentally found the original video in the expanses of the web. This clip, which I'm sure I don't have to tell you is 100% fabricated, would go on to get 500,000 views, fueling ever more intrigue into Station 922. Just what was this creature, and why has the original video seemingly been wiped off the face of the internet? We had to wait a few years, but we would end up getting answers to all of these questions. You see, talented internet sleuths who can uncover seemingly the smallest needles in the biggest haystacks are not a phenomenon exclusive to the West. In a stark parallel to the search for the origin of the Backrooms location, a group of Russian internet detectives got together in 2014 to try to uncover the truth behind Station922.mkv. Over the next few years, they would slowly unravel the entire story down to the smallest details. They would discover that the pictures weren't taken in Moscow, but instead in the Russian city of Perm. They would not only identify the exact apartment unit where the photos were taken, but they would also interview the residents of the building, asking if they knew anything about the creature.
See, low-key, bro, this cool, but I low-key hate a nigga who low-key a party pooper. You know what I mean? Why you interviewing people who live there, bro? Like, maybe I want to believe the monsters are real, bro. Like, low-key, bro. Sometimes, bro, I'd be like, damn, if we had a Demogorgon in the real life, I'm not gonna lie, bro, that'd be kind of fire, twin. Like, imagine you walk outside and see your homie get speared by a Demogorgon. Or a Quiet Place nigga. Would that not be like, damn, that nigga really just died? The only monster I know. Okay. Alright.
They would even...
That's gotta be racist in some way, shape, or form.
...managed to track down the anonymous internet user who originally came up with Station 922. Not surprisingly, he had made the creature in Photoshop. There was never any video. That's not quite where the story ends though, because in 2021, a user on YouTube known as Yvonne Talk would presumably take advantage of the knowledge uncovered by the search team to recreate what the original video might have looked like if it were real using Blender, poetically putting an end to one of Russia's most infamous internet mysteries.
What about Cloverfield, though? Oh, see, now this is terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. Did y'all ever get scared of like late night as a kid? That like Cthulhu and shit will like low-key be real? Yeah, Astro, yeah. You watch scary movies, Pie? Hell no. Nigga, hell no. Bro, when I was a kid, I was so scared I couldn't even go to the bathroom at nighttime, bro. No bullshit. I would deadass just like hold my shit in or piss in a bottle. No lie. That's how pussy I was, bro. Like Insidious and shit, I can never watch that hoe. The last scary movies are bugging. Yo, wait. That's terrifying as fuck. Don't jump scare me, please. Oh my gosh. That the arm?
Всем привет.
I jumped a little bit.
As a Canadian, Russia has always been a very interesting country to me. In many ways, our two nations are quite similar.
It's tough as fuck.
We're both very large, very cold countries, mostly comprised of uninhabitable tundra,
like
forests,
Cthulhu and all that Lovecraft and like Cloverfield stuff is
We're
tough.
both chock full of colonial cities filled mostly with ethnic Europeans who practice some form of Christianity. We've both treated our indigenous populations pretty poorly. We both have a lot of oil and gas to sell. Oh, and of course we both love hockey. But in other ways, our countries couldn't be more different. Canada is a new world country that's an unwavering staple of the West, whereas Russia is an old world country that has historically almost single-handedly been the East, developing their own ways of operating society separately from the West, all the way down from big things like their language's alphabet or how their government operates, to little insignificant things like how homes are heated.
No, okay, hold on.
Let's not forget.
Speaking of Russian alphabet, yo, what kind of hard drug went on and made that bitch? Because what do you mean this is a letter, bro? Bro, what do you mean? Hold on. My bad. What do you mean this is a letter, bro? Fuck, wrong thing. How the fuck is this a letter? Do you really, Moon? No way you play hockey. Let me find out you like Riley from Inside Out. Like what is it? It's like some shit like that, bro. Like, bro. That shit, bro. Russian language, bro, is so, like, buns, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Russia's war in Ukraine has led to them getting essentially cut off from the West, resulting in the majority of Western chains in the country transforming into uncanny Russian clones, which makes all these differences feel ever more pronounced. In many ways, Russia feels like a bizarre version of Canada. A place where everything is similar, but nothing is quite the same. And I'm sure many of you watching from the USA probably feel a similar way. Today, we're going to dive into the world of Russian internet horror, which is a topic seldom discussed by Western YouTubers. We already went over Station 922, which is a pretty infamous mystery, but our next topic is a much more obscure mystery.
How do I know I should go for 3, bro?
On July 11th, 2013, a user on the paranormal board on 4chan would write the following post.
Hey X, my dad bought a CD at a computer expo in Rochester, New York a few years back. The CD itself was for some engineering software, but there was a second CD inside the CD case. There was no design or writing on it, and
you remember
on the
burning
CD
CDs
was
for
a
music,
zip
bro?
file called Station.
That was a different time in life, bro.
Inside is
No
a
lie.
Blender game and a bunch of DLL files. The game itself is very strange. I don't want to ruin much, but it's
Really?
a very crudely made game that takes place at some
So
sort
if
of
you live
field with
north?
2 buildings. The goal is to escape the entities that are chasing you. Once they touch you, the game
kinda dope,
closes.
A couple other Anons in the thread were skeptical, but the OP actually uploaded the files to Mediafire, and he was telling the truth. There was indeed a game here, much like he was describing. Upon loading it up, you're immediately dropped into a very simple looking game world without any sort of menu or intro of any kind. There aren't any textures, just different colored polygons. The field of view here is really narrow, and it makes the game feel very claustrophobic.
Does shit like this low-key not creep y'all out? Like, shit when it's like ominous, does that not creep y'all out at all?
You can hear strange droning sounds
Like
in the
not
distance
knowing what's
and
next
some
and stuff?
unsettling ambient loop that almost sounds reverse.
In part of the vid? For real? I think you have to like let it cook. Some chill shit. Kind of low-key.
You appear to be in a building surrounded by an infinite green field under a black sky. Outside the
like
building is what
man.
might be a propane tank, another small building, and also
Wait, is the
2
building
more
with
tanks,
the,
suggesting
the
that
thing
this
on
might
it?
be some sort of industrial complex. Outside, you'll also
That's my name
notice
in
what
Russian?
appears to be a dock on the grass, which seems to be pretty out of place, considering there's no water anywhere.
It's kind of like Amanda's,
As you explore and try to figure out just what's going on, these round white faces will begin descending from the sky and
See,
following
bro?
you.
This would scare the fuck out of me. No lie. With a thing on it? Yeah.
If they touch you, the game immediately shuts off, and that's all there really
Like,
is to
that
it.
would scare the fuck out of me.
Nowadays, this might seem pretty
Imagine
akin
it
to your
happened at night,
average
bro.
itch.io horror slop, but this sort of thing wasn't as common back in 2013. A year prior in 2012, I remember playing SCP-087, which was pretty similar. You're immediately dropped into the game without any sort of menu, explanation, or exposition.
Yo, SCPs are
The
fucking
only thing
terrifying.
you can really do here is descend the staircase.
Up the stairs, really? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. My fight or flight kicking in, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. Some shit happened. The PC might shut off because I might kick the fuck out of it. No cap. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bruh.
Eventually, you'll see a face just kind of poking out of the darkness, and if
Where?
you move any further, the game immediately shuts off.
Yo, my bad.
Nowadays, this is a common formula.
My bad.
But I remember being really
bad.
freaked out by SCP-087 back in the day because
My bad.
I had never experienced anything like
I
it.
didn't think he would get close
And
to
I'm
it.
sure if
My
I had
bad.
played Station.exe
Bro,
back
I
then
think he
too,
was. I think he
it
would
would
get so
have had a
close. My
similar
bad.
effect.
My bad.
Now, you might be wondering,
bad.
what exactly does this have to do
I
with
thought it was
Russia?
like a low key thing.
Well, one 4chan Anon found a set of coordinates inside one of the walls in the game. When plugging these into Google Maps, it revealed a couple buildings near a lake or quarry outside the Russian town of Munich in Siberia. When looking at
That
this
is where
complex on
Moonlight
Google
lived.
Maps, you'll quickly notice that this is indeed the area depicted in the game.
Yo.
There's the 2 buildings, the dock, and
From
even
the
the
El Patron
propane
vape
tank,
penis.
just like how they're laid out in the game. While this feels like a
Yo,
clue,
what?
it only brings
You
up
live in
more
Siberia,
questions.
twin?
Why make such
Bro,
a crude
what?
game
El
based on
Patron.
a
Hold
random...
on, my fault. She said, man, speaking from El Patron vape penis. I am not accepting that shit. What are you, bro? What are you on?
industrial building in a remote region of Siberia? To answer that question, I think we need to investigate this area of Russia a little more. Like I said earlier, this industrial complex
taking a
is
trip?
a few kilometers outside the town of Munich. Now, to say that Munich is remote is an understatement. is about 820 kilometers away from the nearest major city, which happens to be Yakutsk, the coldest city on Earth, which is so frigid that if you leave your car turned off outside in winter for even just a couple minutes, it will freeze and you won't be able to use it until summer. This leads many people there to just keep their car running for the entire season. It was in similarly harsh conditions to these that the diamond mine in Mirny was created.
Oh.
Starting in 1950s.
That's where that giant hole is? Yo, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, bro, it might not be that hole either, but there's like a giant hole, like somewhere in Eurasia, bro, and it goes so far deep. Like, literally, it goes like deep into the earth, bro. My fault I tripped. You good, baby?
In the heyday of the Soviet Union.
Look, I know you fell from heaven, John. Hold on, me. I'll check it after.
Workers had to use jet engines to melt the permafrost to even just begin digging.
Okay.
That was during the summer. In the winter, temperatures would get so cold
that car
tires would shatter and even oil would freeze. Despite these setbacks,
imagine just parachuting in that though. Like imagine just skiing down, bro. That feels so surreal.
Digging would continue.
No lie.
And the Mirny mine would eventually become one of the largest man-made holes ever dug, measuring more than a kilometer wide. How did we get here from just making...
Okay, last pause. How do we evolve from making rocks and wood to axe to this shit though? This is a fat ass hole. Like I don't think I really get the perspective on how big this fucking hole is. Look at this tower in the back. And look at the fucking hole. This is a fucking building right here. And then look at the hole. It ain't just deep, it's wide too. Pause. Whoa. Pause. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big ass fucking hole. You feel me?
Today, this giant hole stands as Mirny's defining feature, standing ominously at the edge of town. So what does this have to do with Station.exe? Well, the area depicted in the game happens to exist on a long private road. The turnoff onto this road does happen to have a street view on Google Maps. This is the closest ground level look we're gonna get at the area depicted in the game. My first thought is how grim this place
got a permanent Mexico filter, no bull.
There's nature everywhere, but it's also extremely polluted, with the sun being blocked out by a haze that seems to engulf everything.
That's scary as shit.
The contrast between the nature and the pollution just makes this place seem really uncanny.
Okay.
You'll also notice that there's a sign standing next to the turnoff onto the private road that leads to the game area. If we plug this into Google Translate, it reveals that the sign says tailing deposit, which probably is referring to a tailing dam, a man-made embankment dam used to store byproducts produced from mining. Judging how this area below the Station.exe buildings look, it most definitely is a tailing dam, and the body of water where the buildings sit may be a reservoir feeding into the dam. But while that doesn't exactly reveal any answers about Station.exe, it didn't stop users on 4chan from investigating further. One user discovered that the sounds from this YouTube video.
Bro, I shut that dumbass up, bro. That must be touch, bro. Shut that dumbass up, bro. Bro.
These mysterious sounds, usually referred to as the groaning earth phenomenon, are a whole crazy internet rabbit hole of their own. They were supposedly heard all around the world for a brief period in 2011. If you want to know more about it, we just put up a full-length video diving into it on our Patreon. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you guys. Today, we're happy to announce that we're officially launching
Yo bro, you cool, but not on my Wi-Fi.
.exe. And this led some users to start coming up with fake information, like another set of coordinates that showed a forest in Russia supposedly coming from an audio file ripped from the game. But when asked for proof, none was given. A lot of stir was also made about a website called semperprotinom.com supposedly being found in the game's code. But the thing is, there is no code for the game. The only thing that was ever made public was an exe file with a few DLLs and Python libraries.
What the fuck is a
The
DLL?
exe was never successfully decompiled by anyone, despite
Dominican
many
lizard
users
list?
in the thread claiming to have looked through the file's so-called source code. Oh, and of course, no proof was ever given about SemperProteonom.com
Russian
being
scarcity
found
is, like, way
anywhere
different
in the
Mexican
station
shit,
zip
though.
file.
Mexican shit looking at
The
that
sad
scary.
truth is,
It
this
sounds like
whole thing was
Chupacabra.
probably fake right from the start.
And look at the fucking
One
pop
thing from the
no
very
lie.
first 4chan thread that unfortunately flew under the radar was a user identifying the version of Blender used to make Station.exe, 2.67, which was released in March of 2013. This would make OP's claim about the disc being a few years old an outright lie. Unless of course it was a CDRW, which can potentially be modified after being written to. But that also can't be true, because OP posted pictures of the supposed disc in the thread, and another user was able to identify it as a blank disc that was never written to. OP was lying about basically everything, which
What
can
the
only
fuck?
mean one thing. Station.exe was most likely a failed
It's
ARG,
all because of
which
Trump.
is disappointing because the
That's what it is.
premise was actually pretty interesting. Mutiny is a really cool place to set something like this, and
That's
it
what it
makes me
is.
a little sad that the concept never went any further than a lazily thrown together Blender project. Alright,
Bro.
we've looked at 2
Y'all niggas
stations so
so fruity,
far,
bro.
and for our next topic, we're going to look at something that supposedly occurred on a TV station. The following video was uploaded on August 5th, 2008.
Ooh, why he say it like that?
The title is in Russian. When
skipping out a little
translated
bit.
into English, it reads, SGU
Donald Trump, you can hear
TV,
me.
July
Donald Trump,
4th,
please save us. Donald
2008.
Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, please save us. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, you can hear me. Donald Trump, you can hear me. Please save us. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, please. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, please save us. You know what I'm saying? My mod back. I got you. I got you. Hey, you want and you get. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's kind of making me uneasy.
This video seemingly shows us a network hijacking. The network supposedly depicted in this video is SGU TV, a Russian educational channel not unlike PBS in the States.
What the fuck?
The hijacking begins with a text, "Do not be afraid," followed by a drawing of a rabbit, and then a geometry diagram showing a right-angle triangle.
Hey, how many of y'all know Pythagorean theorem though? Look, a lot of niggas say you don't ever need that shit ever again. But look, you on Twitch and now they got this hoe right here. I'm just saying. I love math. I'm Angel. I'm Moonlight. My fault. I'm Moonlight.
We then get another screen of text, this time with a list of instructions. 1. Don't
They
try
said
to
tired.
change
Damn.
anything. 2. Think only about him. 3. Hands. 4. Inspection.
What the fuck?
This video tells us that these instructions will help you to accept his truth, whatever that means. After this, the video writes that people who watch this will go crazy, followed by the word legless. After this frame, we get our final screen of text, which repeats twice. This one, strangely enough, asks the viewer, "Did it work?" and then tells us that the sound in the video contains a V105 U2 PWM imprint. PWM stands for pulse width modulation, which is a
What the
common
fuck?
method of modifying the timbre of a square oscillator in a synthesizer, and I'm guessing it's referring to the one synthesized note that plays throughout this video, which does appear to have some sort of modulation being applied to it. I'm not too sure what the V105 U2 means in this case though, and looking it up on Google only pointed back to this video.
Raggy.
After this text, the video tells us that there's nothing evil here, it's just a little scary. But after watching, you will supposedly feel joy and everything in your future will turn out fine.
Is she gonna come back? Oh, please. Oh, please, come on. Come on, I watched the video. Come on, please. Please.
Signed, your friend.
My bad.
A test pattern shows up in the video, which as far as I can tell, appears to be a fairly standard Russian test card. The closest match I could find is this test pattern originating from Leningrad in 1988, although it's not an exact match. This video will go on to accumulate over 600,000 views, with the peak of his popularity occurring in the early 2010s. While commenters may have been split on whether or not the video was scary, it would still, for whatever reason, turn into a huge meme. Countless people would make their own versions or parodies of this video over the years. While the title of the original clip may have merely stated the network in time of the supposed hijacking, the meme would go on to be known by a line of text in the video. Beznogim.
That Michael... Yo, that Michael Jackson?
The meme would go on to be known by a line of text in the video. Beznogim.
What the fuck? Yo, niggas on here is funny. Yo, what is he doing here?
Beznogim. Or in English,
what the fuck?
Legless.
Like, bro.
Some of these alternate versions of this video are pretty funny.
You see Kanye tweet on her?
I like this one called Retro Legless, that just shows us the entire video, but with the Windows Movie Maker sepia film effect applied to it. The lines of text here are framed in ornate silent movie borders, and the synth tone is replaced with ragtime piano.
Her like appearance.
I don't know why, but I find this really funny. I also like Legless Gabon Edition, which is truly a time capsule of early 2010s internet culture. This one talks about the long-anticipated Half-Life 3 and includes some spooky Gabon jump scares. I just wish they had snuck in the cake is a lie somewhere. What's interesting about this meme is the sheer staying power. People are still making new versions of this video to this day, and all this for the last 17 years has been based off of this relatively mundane original video. Maybe there's more to this that I'm not getting as a naive Westerner. Let's investigate the original video a little closer. I decided to start with finding the source for the rabbit picture. My first thought here is that this image has been
I feel like if we ever got like attacked or some shit, this is what we see like on our TVs and stuff, bro. Like imagine my stream just goes down, this pops up. Would that not be scary as fuck? Like you just cooling. I know we all watch this whole butt ass naked. Like you just cooling and then boom, this whole pop up on your screen. Are you not gonna be scared? Would you believe if I told you I had a rabbit? Low key, yeah. Hella niggas in here had a rabbit at one point. Like Astro did, and then
and sure enough, it looks a lot more natural when inverted back.
I don't. Okay.
Doing a quick image back search revealed that this picture is actually from a children's coloring book.
Hey Mia.
Combining that with the right angle triangle that was probably taken from a math book explaining the Pythagoras theorem, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this video was probably made by a middle schooler. According to Neolurk, a site documenting Russian memes, the idea behind this video probably originated as some sort of creepypasta a year earlier on a Russian image board similar to 4chan, meaning that this video followed a similar creation process to Station 922. Neolurk also archived some of the original Legless memes and rage comics from back in the day, which I must say are pretty cool. So far, we've talked about two stations.
Going back in time, bro, this shit was never funny. Like, even as a kid, this show was never funny. Now, Moon might be a Cardi fan, no bullshit. She might be Cardi reincarnated. This show was never funny, though. Like, this little drawn-out style, I don't know who this was appealing to back in the day, but MLG, though. MLG was like, I don't know. Once something like that first video in that category you watched, bro, it was just like a bunch of flashbangs. Like, if you had epilepsy, you was dying back in 2010. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Epilepsy, bro. Man, you're on YouTube one day watching PewDiePie, and then it's just this the whole time. Like, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Like, bro, you're cooked. Like, you over eating chicken nuggets, and then boom, now you're having a seizure.
Say are pretty cool.
You know what I mean?
So far, we've talked about two stations and one TV station hijacking. But for our last topic today, there is no station involved. The following video was uploaded on January 29th, 2009. We're going to watch it in full before talking about it.
Okay. This would actually scare the fuck out of me. I'm not going to lie. This is actually scary as fuck. Alright, me. As a kid, yeah, this is definitely frying my shit. Please say stand for it? No, Moonlight. No. Fuck is this? It's Russian horror. Yeah, literally Moon. That's what I'm saying. Like, You know, we got George Lopez, and then Russia, they got this shit at fucking 2 a.m. Cooked. Now, join us for one. Yo. What the fuck? Yo. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Nah, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it. Nah. Literally, Mia, nah.
This clip presents itself as a PSA,
I didn't even know.
but not a public service.
I'd be lying if I said I'm not scared of when you turn it off.
Bro. Rather, a phantom signal alert. Some obscured white face then begins babbling incoherently while occasionally being interrupted by static.
Yo, hold on. I ain't gonna look at this nigga suggested, bro. What the fuck? I fapped 4 times a day. Nah, retweet. Nah, why y'all saying retweet? Yo, why y'all saying retweet, bro? Nah, why y'all saying retweet, yo? Look at me. Yo, me, you funny as shit, bro. Nah, why y'all saying retweet?
And what could be distorted screaming. Several pieces of disturbing text pop up in the video. The first strikingly reading, "We're roasting an electric video fire." The text in the rest of the video appears to be written from the viewpoint of a dead child, being that it at one point asks, if there are any more dead kids out there, then show yourselves.
This is like 21 Pilots type shit, I ain't gonna lie.
Meet us in the video world. The title of this video is "Many Kids Have Died Over These Years," and this clip would swiftly spread around the Russian internet after being uploaded. A creepypasta would be written about it, stating that people who view this video in its entirety may hallucinate horrible things, and that it's even potentially caused the deaths of 23 people in total. The creepypasta also tells a story of how some of these deaths happen in Ukraine, which kind of follows the same story format that all cursed media creepypastas follow, so I'm not gonna get into it here. The channel that uploaded this video is called Dead Kids Foundation, and while this clip may be their most infamous, it's certainly not their only upload.
What the fuck?
Their first video was put up all the way back in 2007, and it follows a similar format to the one we just watched. Although the text here reads, "You're not welcome to play in the video world anymore." Their second video, uploaded only 2 days after their first, has a link in its description that explains what's going on here. This site isn't live anymore, but it was luckily archived all the way back in 2007 on the Wayback Machine. This is a page presumably created by the Dead Kids Foundation, which openly states, "It's the game, an ARG." But they go on to say that they're looking to find the video and the story behind it. To find out what that means, we need to return to the channel's first video, which is called 333-333-333. This is in fact a reference to the Wyoming Incident ARG, which was one of the first internet horror ARGs ever. The Wyoming Incident told a tale about a video that was shown during a TV hijacking that apparently drove viewers to madness. Dead Kids Foundation appears to be some sort of...
Y'all know that that one thing about the face that everyone sees like in their sleep or something? Hold on. Face that everyone sees. Bro, low key, it look like this right here. Now, why they saying this movie? But low key, it look like this right here, bro. No lie. No bullshit.
Attempt at gamejacking this ARG, or at least trying to stoke more interest in it. The thing is though, as the Dead Kids Foundation videos became popular in the Russian internet, they kept the channel going independent of the Wyoming incident. They took down the site explaining that the project was an ARG, and began infrequently uploading new videos expanding the lore of the Dead Kids Foundation, with the last video being uploaded only 2 years ago, which actually makes this one of the longest running internet horror projects ever. Coincidentally, it's probably only beat by the Wyoming incident itself. If you want to learn more about the lore of the Dead Kids Foundation, I recommend diving into it yourself. It's not a terribly long series, and some of the videos are pretty well done. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this brief tour of Russian internet horror. If you got this far through...
I feel like he on perks some. His facial expression low-key scared me a little bit. I feel like he on perks. He looks punchable as fuck. Okay.
You be running ads on your shit?